Alrighty. Well, I just saw WrestleMania 30, and I have to say it was a decent show. Um, I'm I have to say it was really good. I have no complaints with this show. There's some minor complaints I have probably with John Cena and Bray Wyatt match, but overall, it was a good, decent show. This is probably one of the best WrestleManias they have done in a while. The main event was very good, very likable in the past 2 years, since the in a while. The Undertaker match was it was not that predictable. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's go down the card. I'm gonna make this very quick and simple. Like I said, this card, like my last WrestleMania review I did, that was a rant. This one ain't gonna be too much of a rant. It's gonna be more straight to the point, and let's go. Now, the WrestleMania kickoff show, the Usos defeated Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando. Really, just make a bad Primo Epico because this is ridiculous. And they beat the Real Americans, Zeb Coulter, and Rye Axel, or Rye Shit, whatever you like to call them. 16 minutes. Okay. Not gonna toot my own horn, but it was a decent match. I would have liked the Real Americans to win, but they're breaking up, which we'll see later on. And yeah. Now moving on, let's move on to the real match: Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Now I thought this would be in the middle of the card because I think this should have been in the middle of the card, if you ask me. Because why have it early on if it was in the middle? But anyway, I think it was a good time. I didn't know how long they had, but Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, that was a good match. You can tell Triple H did his homework on Daniel Bryan. Like he did his homework to make sure, hey, I'm gonna put your ass over. So the moves you want to use, go ahead, use any move you want. I learned, I did my homework. And he did. He really put him over. This is actually one of Triple H's great matches. It proves that Daniel Bryan can work with anybody. And this was actually good. I wouldn't mind seeing another Triple H versus Daniel Bryan match if they want to go that route, but I doubt it. I hope they don't, but we'll see. Also, yeah, I want to talk about The Rock and Hogan and Austin. They had a promo together. I thought that was very unique and very nice to see all three of them together. That was very cool. That was a WrestleMania moment. It would be a nice Stone Cold stun Hogan and Rock, as you can see Rock flipping the air again. It'd be awesome. He sells the best stunners. Moving on to the Shield versus King and the New Age Outlaws. This match was no longer than 2 minutes. This match was funny. The right team went over, but man, this was ridiculous. This should have even been on the card. They should have just had the Shield versus Breakup. But hey, at least we got the Shield work together. That's all. Now, the 30-man Battle Royal, Andre the John Memorial Trophy, it was decent. Hopefully next year they do something else, like a one-on-one match, a Money in the Bank type of match, or something different. Each year make it different. Don't make it the same match and get boring after a while. But yeah, Cesaro won, and he had a spot when he tossed Big Show over. He lifted his Big Show over like Hogan did with Andre. That was awesome. I'm happy that Cesaro won. That's gonna lead more to the Real Americans breaking up. So I'm kind of happy that they won. Cesaro won this. Overall, I thought this was a great battle royal. Now John Cena, like all the matches, like from start to finish, I just named, had all the winners I wanted. It was going flow. WrestleMania was flowing very well. We got the John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. This match right here, yeah, this took the air out of me. Bray Wyatt should have won this match. But hey, it really should have, because there was no point for Cena to win. There was no point in him winning. I can see if Hogan was out there. Okay, Cena won because Hogan was out there. I can see someone else was out there. Cena didn't win. Bray Wyatt should have won. I hope this doesn't hurt this character, but if it does, only Cena to blame, because this happened to Damian Sandow, and look where he's at. In a battle royale. This match was decent, but still, I didn't like the winner. I didn't like the outcome, but the fans really weren't into it. I sure as hell wasn't into it either. Yeah, I'm not gonna rate the match. Yeah, it was okay. Overall, moving on. Nobody cares about that. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. This match, it was good. It was very decent. Not one of their best matches they had before, but it was a good match. I was shocked I was so shocked who won this match. Words don't describe. My mouth was like Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker 21-1. I was like, no, fuck it. I marked out a moment. I marked the fuck out. I was like, yes. Because, you know, I wanted Brock Lesnar to win. I never thought he was going to win. Hell, I never thought the streak was going into next year. But, man, it proves that Undertaker really it proves that Undertaker's just... You can tell Undertaker respects the hell out of Brock Lesnar because there's nobody else he would put over. Rumors are going out John Cena was going to put him over. Undertaker was going to put Cena over, but he did the right move. Brock Lesnar deserved it, not Cena. Okay, now the AJ Vicky Guerrero Divas Championship match, battle, invitational, whatever. The 14 Divas single fall match for the Divas Championship, it was a clusterfuck. It was one of those clusterfuck. It was 6 minutes, so I took a piss break. Came back, the match was still going. This match was longer than the Shield versus Kane and the Outlaws, which I said to myself, really? AJ won by submission, so I guess they really want to keep AJ rolling with the ball. Damn, AJ's been champion for a minute now. They're going to be a while till somebody break her streak as champion. She almost held it for about a year. If they keep it up, she'll be the longest reigning Divas champion for a year. She already beat Maurice's title reign, but that's cool. Nothing really cared about here. Now moving on to the main event. This was actually a good main event. The best main event in quite some time. Always loved triple threat matches because, especially at Wrestlemania, they bring out all the stops. It was a good match. I would have liked to see Orton and Daniel Bryan work together on Batista since he was the bigger guy, but hey, I mean, they still told a good story. Daniel Bryan sold that arm like a pro. Triple H came out with Stephanie, and it was kind of funny. Triple H, you know, they got Scott Armstrong out as a referee, so what's his name? Daniel Bryan kicked Scott Armstrong in the head, so he falls outside. Triple H helps him up, and Stephanie. Daniel Bryan does a suicide dive on all three of them, and Stephanie seemed like she hurts her knee. Triple H gets a sledgehammer. Daniel Bryan, I think, kicks him, and he drops the sledgehammer. Daniel Bryan pick up that sledgehammer, knocks the fuck out of Triple H, and it was just, fans were going nuts. They were loving that. And now, I would say this, they had a good spot where Batista powerbomb was picking him up for powerbomb Daniel Bryan. Orton caught him and RKO'd him through the table. That was actually pretty cool. They made Batista submit. It kind of reminded me of how Benoit made Triple H submit a couple years back. It was okay. Like I said, not too much, but that triple threat match was a great triple threat. That's the best triple threat match ever, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, I had no complaints with the Daniel Bryan finally won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, so he's a champion now. I said after the pay-per-view, I want to see how it go. I was very pleased with this pay-per-view. This was the best WrestleMania I've seen in a while. I enjoyed it. Will I be buying the WWE Network? Now, hold up. Now, we ain't going that far, but I will be doing more wrestling reviews on a weekly basis now. You'll be getting Raw and SmackDown, and not SmackDown, but Raw NXT reviews a little bit more on a weekly basis. Now, I just want to see the direction where WWE was going, and I like the direction they're going now. And it's becoming a I won't say must-see TV, but I want to see the direction they're going now. I'm about to rate the pay-per-view matches. The Usos and their tag team match. You know what? It was decent. I'll give it 3 out of 5. It was a very good match. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, 4 out of 5. Very good match. Very good. Very good. The Shield match, you know, I'm going to give it a passable, just a 3. 3 out of 5 because the right team won, even though that was a squash match. The Battle Royale, 3 out of 5. Very good. The right person won, so that made it 3 out of 5, but still not memorable. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. It would have got a 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5. It's just it wasn't clicking, and Bray Wyatt should have run. Bray Wyatt should have won and would have gave it a 3 out of 5. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, 4 out of 5. Great match, great ending. The right person won, and the fans' reaction to his win was amazing. Loved it. AJ Lee versus the Divas, Total Divas, and the rest of the Diva locker room. 2 out of 5. Not very memorable, but all right. Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista. 4 out of 5. It was a great match. Pay-per-view as a whole, it was I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I really like this pay-per-view. They have a lot of like moments that I will go back and watch, and that's the whole point of WrestleMania, the moments. So yeah, I have to say this was one of my favorite pay-per-views they have done. Yeah, so that's it. This is my return back to WWE wrestling, and maybe TNA too. We'll see how they